Because then if we were perfect, then what would be the point of having God, right? But that's why God is so amazing to have made us imperfect, so perfectly imperfect, which is so fascinating and quite incredible because God is the only one that can help you solve your problems. Stop trying to work on your own strength. That's not going to work. I promise you that. I tried for so long doing that. And let me tell you, it didn't work for me. And still, even now, I fail, because I'm only human and I'm living in my flesh. And it's difficult, yes, but it's very doable to overcome obstacles in your life. Everybody has their mountain that they're climbing, and you will fall down, you will get hurt, you will get lost, you will feel lonely, you'll get cold. But you know what? At the top of that mountain is a bright, beautiful sun waiting for you. And some people, when they reach the top of the mountain, it might be a little cloudy, depending on the weather, but God knows what you can handle. Honestly, he knows what you can handle. He would not put you... I mean, a lot of people say, well, why would God allow this to happen? I mean, isn't he supposed to be good? Like, why would he give me bad? No, not necessarily. God just... If God gave us everything easy, we wouldn't grow or mature or be, like, experienced. We would continue and we wouldn't be appreciative. We wouldn't appreciate, and it's very important to appreciate what you do have, because if you don't, then that just shows a lot about a person. But honestly, I've been through my fair share of obstacles, and just remember one thing too. Failing is always a stepping stool to success. When you fail, you learn. Well, I hope you do. I mean, if you continue to make the same mistake, then that's all on you. You get to choose your route of how hard, it is for you, like how it's going to be for you to reach that goal. Like, it pretty much depends on, you. You get to choose how hard you want to make this for yourself. But honestly, continue and pray and ask God to water your seed of knowledge and wisdom and strength and purity and love, and because that's all planted within us. A lot of people give names to themselves like, oh, I'm weak, or this and that, or people judge people. Don't judge, because God has individually planted in each of us seeds, very good seeds. We just have to be willing to accept God's help in helping us to water those seeds. I mean, we all have it within us. We just have to allow God to take control, and not us take control and do it, because it's not going to work if we try to do it. I graduate high school this year, and it's probably been the most difficult 4 years of my life because of everything that's happened. I have lost people. I've lost really important people in my life. And it's been crazy. My mom had a surgery in 2012 that left her paralyzed in the hospital for 6 months, in and out. During that time, my grandmother was living with us. And when my mom finally came back home from the hospital, my grandmother, a few months later, passed away. And I missed so many days of school, and it caused me to fall behind. And then I was just very sad and depressed, and I went through a crazy stage where I just wanted to like give up, and I didn't want to continue on, because a lot of people thought I wanted attention, and I was making up this story of my mom that, they just thought, and they always thought I was talking about myself, and I was conceited, and, they're my friends. They were my friends, and so I thought, and I thought that it was okay for me to go to them, but I guess it was too much on them, and they couldn't understand where I was coming from either. I'm sure they tried, and they sincerely, genuinely meant good for me, but at some point, you know, again, we're all human, you know, we might not understand certain people. We do get frustrated with people. I'm sure we've all had that one friend who has lots of problems and you get frustrated because you don't know how to help them, because in that moment, that friend is very stubborn. Like, I know I was stubborn and I almost committed suicide because I don't know, I was being selfish and I was working on my own strength. And I remember I was cutting myself and I just wanted to die. I was lonely. I had lost a lot of friends. I was acting like something I wasn't in school. I was very insecure and people thought I was so confident, and not even confident, even worse, people thought I was very conceited and arrogant, and I was very far, far beyond. That didn't even exist within me. I didn't find myself very attractive physically, and even as a little girl I went through that. I was very thin up until like 4th grade. I gained lots of weight and I got bullied a lot for my weight. I mean, not a lot, but if like I was pretty much open to it because I did have a big mouth. I mean, I wouldn't talk about people, but I wouldn't not give my opinion. Like, I was very opinionated, and still to this day I try my very best not to be. But I was very outspoken, and if I heard somebody say something wrong, I would say something and then it'd come back to me, and it wasn't good. Even in 7th grade, I went through a crazy stage, you know. I had lots of trauma with girls, some for no reason, some because they thought I was trying to take their boy away, which I know all of us girls have gone through that, but it was just silly, petty things, and I didn't understand why. Like, I don't know. I needed some sort of love and attention. I mean, my mom always loved on me, and she still does, you know, but my dad left me when I was 18 months, and my stepdad has raised me since then, and I'm so immensely, like, I immensely appreciate him to the extreme. You know, we've had a bumpy road in our relationship as father and daughter. I mean, I do consider him my dad because my real dad hasn't ever been around. And yeah, but it's been difficult. And although my story might not be as bad as like other people, I'm just saying that I've been through my storm and I still have a long journey to go. Depending on, you know, when it's my time to go, but we all go through it. And it's okay because it just makes us grow. And I look back at writings, because I used to journal sometimes, of how, like a diary kind of. And you know how I mean, most people have done this, like where you start writing and you get all in your feelings and you write and then like you forget about it, and months later you think you want to write again and you get a new notebook, and then you just have all these notebooks of like random pages filled with writings, and you're like, okay, what the heck? Well, I've done that a lot. Well, so I would journal, and now that I look back and I've found stuff and I'm like, oh my god, like I've really grown. Like and then now, you know, again, back to my story of high school, like I fell so behind because I was always at the hospital with my mom, and I ended up having to go to options, which is a place where you can catch up on credits, graduate early, or if you're more of an independent person, you can go there and graduate and get your diploma. That's another thing too. I got downgraded. I got looked down upon because I went to options. Like, people would be like, "Oh, that's dumb. All you have to do is packets and this," and it's a lot of work. These packets take just as long as the time being that people are in regular school. So it takes me 6 hours just to complete one packet, and that's how long you're in school for one day. Like, it's a lot of work. And even then, I still have to test on it, and there's still like more packets, and sometimes they even take a couple days. They're like 60 pages long, you know, but obviously according to the subject, but it's difficult, and people really downgraded me on that. But you know what? I mean, downed me, excuse me, sorry. But you know what? It's really, God has really opened my eyes to see who truly was a friend. And it's sad to say that I only have like 3 friends. I mean, yes, I have acquaintances, but like friends that I'm really genuinely close to, it's pretty much down to like 3. And that's including my boyfriend, you know, and it's difficult, you know, but I'm here to say that you're going to be okay. I don't know why I randomly just grabbed my phone and I thought I was going to sing, but this video turned into something of, I don't know. God had a different plan for this video. And I never do that. It was just random. I'm here home alone, and I just decided to tell my story to a camera, which I know I'm going to tell to a whole bunch of other people. Hopefully people see this, but seriously, you got this. Don't give up. You have a choice to stay in a negative state of mind, or you can move forward with your life and have God help you through it. God has immensely forever changed my life. My mom is walking now. She's lost like 40 pounds. She looks amazing. I mean, you know, sometimes she'll need her walker for assistance, but she's getting her feeling back on her body because her whole body was pretty much dead. And, you know, now my grandmother's gone with the Lord, but it's okay because, God has really given me a lot of peace, and honestly, I thank God for the struggles that I've gone through because it's really made me into the woman that I am today. And yes, I'm only 17, but it's incredible what God can do. And I'm almost done with high school, and I'm registering for college, and I'm supposed to graduate this year in May, but I'm probably gonna graduate early, like April. I mean, I know it's a month early, but that's still early, you know. And oh, like, I thank God so much, you know, for that. Like, I can't even put words together to express how thankful I am for what God has truly done in my life. It's completely like my life has done a 360 turn. Like, it's been in a great way, in an extraordinary way that I can't even express. And honestly, God is so marvelous. And again, I'm not perfect. I've had other things that I've had to deal with that are very personal. You know, when God gives me more words of wisdom, maybe I can share that with you guys. But it's been pretty long, and I'm only 17, and I still got a long way to go. You know, a lot more stuff to overcome. And right now I have a goal of being fit, and I've had this goal for a year already, and I've lost 40 pounds, and I want to lose like 30 more, but I don't want to be skinny. I want to be strong and lean. And you know what? And I've failed so many times this past year. I've really definitely failed falling into ice cream and all this crazy delicious food, but I'm allergic to gluten, so I'm gluten intolerant, and so it's kind of difficult. And I lost 20 pounds just alone not eating gluten, but still, like, if you eat a lot of other stuff, like if I eat a lot of other stuff that I can't have, like certain ice cream I can have, or like, you know, I can also bake like gluten-free chocolate chip cookies, and that's just as bad as having regular. So it's been hard, but it's really like helped me. I've learned a lot every time I fail. You know, I get back up and I want to give up, but I still get back up and I got this, you know. And you know, a couple times I tried doing it on my own strength. Like I said, it's never good to try to do it on your own because it's not gonna work. That's what